Share on WhatsApp with insults being traded almost daily between Washington and Pyongyang. Koreans could be forgiven for feeling they are dancing on the edge of a geopolitical volcano these days. Yet South Korea could not be more hip. The political tension on the peninsula has done nothing to dull the huge international success of South Korean pop singers who dominate the charts in much of Asia and beyond. The country has also become a style destination for thousands of young Chinese visitors eager to copy the looks of their pop idols, with top luxury brands like Dior and Chanel competing to clothe them. With the country's cosmetics industry also booming, South Korea's fashion houses are now daring to dream big. Young fashion designers hope to cash in on the still icon status of pop stars to compete with Japanese labels, which have long been Asian fashion's big hitters. Unlike Japan, where brands such as Comme des Garçons, Issey Miyake and Yohji Yamamoto are global names, few Korean labels have made an impact beyond their shores. This weekend the Seoul government brought 5 of its rising talents to show at Paris Fashion Week as part of its Fashion Project Charm Offensive that has already made stops in New York, Beijing, and Shanghai. We Koreans are very fashion conscious. We love fashion, Ju Tae-jin of the Korea Research Institute for Fashion Industry told AFP before the show in the French capital. Seoul's hip street fashion, the young designers have grown up in that environment and they know how to interpret street fashion into their design DNA. They are very dynamic, and they are very good at presenting themselves on social media, she said. Ju said that Korean designers were particularly gifted for their amusing take on streetwear, with Seoul giving Tokyo a run for its money in terms of youth style. That fizzy creativity came across most in the 5 designers showing in the French capital late Saturday. I wonder what the fashion people here will think of the collection, said Kathleen Kai, whose designs have been worn by pop star Dragon, leader of the group Big Bang. So yes, it is quite important to me. A graduate of London's prestigious Central St. Martin's, she launched her own label Kai in 2011 and is one of the better-known names taking part in Seoul Fashion Week later this month. The 5 featured brands, who were chosen from around 100 up-and-coming designers, are also having their clothes featured at the Colette store in Paris, a temple for fashionistas. Kai's highly colored streetwear collection was inspired by superstitions and fortune-telling, both popular Korean obsessions. Her tops scattered with stars and the seams embroidered with silver pearls sell for around €80 $95 with jackets going for $400. Phono Sapiens, Uniqlo has an altogether different thing brewing. She called her collection Tidig Teabag in English, with tea leaf prints and green as her signature color. Using light asaphir glittery synthetic organzas and flower embroidery, she rethought the long flowing traditional Korean hanbok dress, as well as sending some rather dramatic pleated pants down the catwalk. The 36-year-old started her own brand in 2011 after leaving Yonsei University in Seoul, and her clothes have since been sold in Los Angeles, Canada, Kuwait, Hong Kong and Singapore. Sporting a French beret, tattoos and sunglasses, Bumsik Choi, the creator behind the General Idea label, cuts a very different figure. His rise has been a lot less conventional. He left school at 17 because I needed to make money and learned to sew in a factory. He made his first shirts at 20 and cried I was so stressed. It's quite a different story from people that have a lot of money and go to fashion schools, he said. 2 decades later, after showing his clever and quirky creations at New York Fashion Week on his own bat, he has made inroads in Milan, Hong Kong, the United States, China and France. He has a clean and distinctive style and likes to link the new millennial generation with the hippies of the 1960s, just without it, jokingly calling them the Phono Sapiens because of how they live through their phones. Share on WhatsApp.